Welcome back, Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer fans. I am the Roos is Loose, also known as Roos SR, and I am joined on commentary by Fant TV. How are you doing, Fant?
Doing great, and another exciting weekend of Rando where we seem to have a ton of matches back to back. And,
I'm noticing a trend here, and that's that everybody gets their matches in on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
But it's prime time, man.
Absolutely. All right, so you guys just saw a pretty cool doubles match. We're going to be jumping over to our singles bracket here. We have a match between SeaAverage and Mattermonkey, both of which have been around the community for a little while, but not like, the true OGs. So SeaAverage mostly has been running other categories and runs some other games like Master Spy, but has been putting in a lot of work on the randomizer lately. Mattermonkey, on the other hand, is pretty much exclusively a rando runner. I saw in the document he said he's run less than 10 non-randomized runs of Ori before.
Well, that's good because, Roos, we are in fact playing a randomizer tournament, so, spending his time on the category, that counts.
Unless we get a category where everything happens to be exactly where it's supposed to be in the vanilla version. In that specific circumstance, SeaAverage will have a large advantage.
We'll have to see when it comes to it. But yeah, I know from what I've seen of like the average times being put up by SeaAverage and Mattermonkey here, they're pretty comparable. I'd say I give like the slight edge to Mattermonkey, but it's close enough where it's rando and depending on where things are placed, anything can happen, man.
Absolutely. So let's play the commentator game. What is the first pickup, Fant?
The first non-keystone pickup is going to be the Grotto TP.
I like it. I've been seeing so many of those seeds lately. It loves to give you a map stone and the Grotto TP and just send you on a wild goose chase. Okay, Health Cell. Turns out we were wrong.
All right, no, Health Cell, probably one of my favorite pickups early on just because it makes the fake flippers check way easier to do.
Yeah, it's a real comfort pickup. It's just really nice to have extra health and extra energy at all stages of the game, really.
Yeah. So 3 more pickups, and we'll see what the randomizer expects us to do at the beginning of this seed. We've got, hey, it's Keystone, so, once again, likely heading left to the wall jump area.
So, Fant, as a viewer, what kind of seeds do you like to see? Do you like watching jet seeds where people get to flex their muscle, or do you like seeing the really convoluted ones where people just get lost and have to really dig deep?
Digging deep, I think, is always a fan favorite, pretty much in any randomizer. You go and you look at the chat and it's like, oh my god, please, please have the Sunstone or Water Vein in Forlorn. Have the Water Vein in L4. Just absolutely horrible situations nobody actually wants to play through, but everybody wants to watch. So
I gotta agree with you.
To that group as well.
Gotta agree with you. Those matches where like everything has been checked and both players are only waiting for the Sunstone or the Water Vein, and every time a pickup comes up, you're just like, oh my goodness, is it going to be it? It's really exciting. So hopefully we see that out of these runners right now.
Yep, and we got our 2 keystones and another keystone. So yeah, really only one option here, and both Mattermonkey and SeaAverage gonna take advantage of that 4 HP and go check that pickup. But just 9 XP, and SeaAverage, I do like this. He just assumes that it's going to be useful, getting ready to altar right out of there. If it's just something worthless, he'll say quit and reload.
All right, Mattermonkey picking up a map stone. We'll most likely be turning that in on the altar coming up here shortly. It seems like the randomizer really loves to give you progression on that first map stone turn in, so hopefully we'll see that green text that means a nice juicy skill coming up here shortly.
Again. Just 99% chance wall jump on the map stone.
Grove teleporter. Okay, right. So maybe we're going to get a little bit of an extended version of the run around. Hey. I stand corrected. There is Bash. So as soon as you see Bash before any other skills, the first thing on everyone's mind is, all right, where's Grenade? Because the randomizer logic loves to put those two together. Bash plus Grenade opens up so many things for you.
Mattermonkey trying to bash off that, but no wall interaction means, gonna have a hard time here. And he quickly realizes, wait a minute, I can't get up this wall. I need to go around the long one.
And, I mean, Bash Grenade is an incredible combination of tools for being able to get around to areas of the map, but when you don't have wall interaction to go with it, it's just so frustrating sometimes. As you can see right there, SeaAverage couldn't go up that way and is now having to go around because he just didn't have any way to get up that small little ledge. So he's going to have to use the frog and the rocks here.
Yes, I do like this heads-up play for a Mattermonkey, knowing that you can bash off of that rock, specifically that rock for some reason. And
yeah, it's the only rock that's like that in the whole game. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, so he had to, bait the Frankie in order to like get up there, but it's like now he is able to check that. SeaAverage though wasn't able to go do that. So I mean, it was just a keystone. So unless they're severely blocked by keystones, should be okay for SeaAverage. That's Warmth Return, Bruce. What does that do for us?
Well, it has flashy red text that makes it look like the Sunstone, so it makes the runner excited and then disappointed because that pickup does absolutely nothing.
All right, so Mattermonkey with those 3 keystones in hand and bash, that puts Spirit Caverns in logic, and he is going to go check that. SeaAverage was... I was thinking he was considering going that, but no, he's going to do the Frankie walk. Getting another
play
logic
here.
pickup here.
Now, this is in logic right now, but it's pretty unpleasant without wall interaction because trying to get over that little ledge right there requires some tough bastards with the Frankie here. But he manages to get over it, no problem. If this is a high-value pickup, that's going to be really, really good for C because this is a slow one-off that Mattermonkey doesn't look like he's too interested in checking right now. Instead, over on your right-hand side, Matter is going to be luring a Frankie over to get himself into Spirit Caverns with no wall interaction.
Yeah, so just 6 XP there. And, I'm thinking, Spirit Caverns, we're going to be taking that Grove TP early.
Interesting decision-making here. There are a lot of pickups in a pretty short period of time here for Mattermonkey, but the Grove TP also opens up quite a large new area, so either one of these plays could end up being the correct one. The biggest difference
with the Grove TP and only having bash, we're kind of limited to... Oh, well, hang on. There's Charge Flame, so that's it.
That's not only Charge Flame, but an extra energy cell, which is so nice to have with Charge Flame because that does cost energy every time you want to use it. It's a really bad time when you have Sea Flame and only 1 energy because you just burn through it so fast.
Yeah, Mattermonkey just backing right out of Spirit Caverns there after getting Charge Flame and heading straight to the Charge Flame tree. And there's Glide.
All right,
he's quickly finding out. Wait a minute. I'm stuck down here. So now, another roundabout way to go get all the pickups in the Charge Flame area.
So I'm guessing SeaAverage will probably find that pretty shortly when he goes and gets the Charge Flame tree here. Unfortunately, is not going to have that Sea Flame unless he decides to backtrack and go to Spirit Caverns. So if he doesn't find that, he's going to be lacking that plant breakage.
And getting a crazy double bash there. I think accidental double bash on the Frankie, and just stays in the hitbox and takes a death, but it's all good. Mattermonkey also taking the Frankie for a walk, so lacking any form of wall interaction. We're kind of pigeonholed into one direction here. Oof, Mattermonkey takes another death there.
And I was going to say Mattermonkey was starting to open up a small lead, but these deaths do add up pretty quickly, so we're kind of equalizing out, other than the fact that Mattermonkey has that Charge Flame.
Oh man, and I really like this heads-up play from SeaAverage here. He knows he's stuck down here, and he's bringing the Frankie along, so once he gets whatever he needs to get, he can get out. Problem is,
oh no,
the Frankie's pretty low on HP and gonna have to altar out, not get that Charge Flame tree.
Even though it didn't work out, I'm really impressed by that play because it shows that SeaAverage has been playing enough Randomizer to have gotten into that situation and know, oh, you know what? I'm going to get stuck. He thought ahead and brought it down with him. So I think that's a sign of good things to come.
Yep, so, Mattermonkey with the map open, maybe a little bit confused on where to go. Now, I think there are a couple more pickups in Spirit Caverns that Mattermonkey has at.
Not only that, but with Sea Flame, he does have access to the Valley entry area. I think he may have just forgotten that he has the Grove
the Valley
teleporter.
Entry area, definitely. Oh, there it is. He's got it.
I suspect that's probably where our next progression is. Hopefully, I'm sure these guys are hoping for wall jump or double jump, some way of not having to get completely bodied by walls here.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure both of them are sick of having to altar every time they go get a pickup and then running back and getting more pickups, and then altaring again, and then running back because, hey, all these are dead ends and you can't get out.
All right, this play on the left side from SeaAverage looks like he's going to go over to Spirit Cavern, so should be getting that Sea Flame pretty soon, and we'll be back at parity on skills. Hopefully that'll help him out. Okay, just going to check this first, and then I would guess we'll probably continue off to the left towards Spirit Caverns.
Yeah, almost definitely. Like, he doesn't have anything else he can do right now.
All right, so Mattermonkey.
Yeah, Mattermonkey checking value entry. Pretty high probability we're going to see something here.
If it's not here, we're pretty close to being out of things it can be. And there's the wall jump. All right, got the wall interaction.
That's
that's
a place. And there's double jump.
And double jump. Oh my goodness. Well, valley entry was pretty high value, I would say.
And let's see if we can go 3 for 3 in valley entry here. As a monkey takes care of the stupid bird that just kind of gets in the way and everybody hates.
All right, so if you're in Mattermonkey's shoes and you just found these pickups, where do you go next, Fant?
BRB, get it out of the way.
I think that's pretty much the correct call. Wall interaction opens up their ability to get into Blackroot Burrows. It's got a tree in it, so you're going to go one way or the other. There are potentially some skills that could make it faster, but I mean, there's just not that many places they can go right now.
Yeah, it looks like Mattermonkey just wants to head straight over into the spider sack area, get into Grove over there. A lot of pickups. Good. But, you know, Bruce, I still think that those 2 pickups at the top, wall jump and double jump, really, there's no way to get there. So where is the access to get there? You know, like, what, either, no, it couldn't be charge jump. It could possibly be climb and charge jump, most likely grenade. Where would that be? I don't even know how you get up there with, with just that.
Up to where?
The
the wall jump
and plants.
No, those are actually in wall jump if you can break blue plants and you have wall jump, because you can go way off to the left past the stomp post and go up the vertical shaft with just wall jump and come around.
But wall jump was up there on the XP.
Oh, you're right. We're going to need to consult our logic experts, but either way, because of what they have, they can now access quite a bit of areas. And it looks like Mattermonkey is going to be continuing off to the right through the various spider areas, and will find his way into the swamp and grotto area. I do like this play specifically because they're pretty pickup dense. You had mentioned Blackroot Burrows, which is a good play, but it's a pretty pickup light area. So what Mattermonkey might be thinking here is, if I go to the more pickup dense area first, even if it's going to take longer, the chances that I find something important like dash are quite a bit higher.
Yeah, definitely. SeaAverage, I think, is a little bit confused on where he wants to go.
And it's understandable. I mean, this is a pretty limited opening for them. Normally, when you get bash and no wall interaction early, you also very quickly get grenade, which just opens up so much for you. But when you get this situation where you have just bash and nothing, it's pretty tough to figure it out. And I mean, it even took us a few minutes while watching both runners to realize, oh, hey, they can just go to valley entry. So when you've got those tournament nerves, it's real easy to just blank on something like this.
Okay, there it is. So I think SeaAverage has realized what needs to be done here. Lure the Frankie over and get his charged flame in Spirit Caverns.
And this is kind of a tough one to think of, because it's one of those rando specific tricks. There's no speedrun category where you would lure a Frankie over here to bash him up. So unless you've been in this situation where you need to get up here without wall interaction, it's just not something that immediately springs to mind.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those gotcha moments that many people experience in the randomizer of, oh yeah, you can get up here doing this. But SeaAverage does want to go up and check the 2 keystones. We haven't seen either of these pickups, but unfortunately, okay, he does make it through, but yeah, this is kind of a pain to get up without wall interaction.
So it is possible to do, it's just unfortunately not in logic, but if something important is here, it could be a pretty big play to get it.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the reason you can't get up here is because even though you can bash that fireball up, they won't pass through the wooden barriers. So you have to double bash it up and grab it just before it breaks on the wood, and then you can get up just barely high enough.
Get some health regen from number one. No, that looks like it was a sunstone at the Iceless XP. Very nice. Who needs clues, Roos?
I mean, clues are for people who haven't already found their keys, so obviously not Mattermonkey.
All right, one more pickup here. And interestingly, so SeaAverage is double bashing this shot over. He wants to get out once he gets this keystone down here, but I'm not sure exactly where he wants to go now that he is indeed out. Doesn't have any keystone. Okay, yeah, he realizes, like, wait a minute, why am I doing this? Now C really needs to make his way over to Valley Entry to get those really valuable pickups, wall jump and double jump.
Yeah, this time spent not with wall interaction is starting to really cost SeaAverage quite a bit of momentum here. Mattermonkey is clearing out a ton of areas, has found a dungeon key, has a several skills advantage worth on him. It's obviously possible for anything to happen in Rando, but it's definitely very clear that Mattermonkey is opening up a pretty large advantage right now. So
SeaAverage going to take another Frankie for a ride. He's like, man, I'm so sick of all these Frankie lures. This is like his third one that he's had to do. And I think this is a play to check the plant. And then after this, he really only has one option, and that's, oh no, he kills.
And this has got to be a bit of a mental slip up. He has the Grove teleporter, and he could just come at this from above. Probably just forgot that he had it, which, again, is an easy thing to do in the heat of the moment, especially because the teleporters are not notated on your tracker. It's like you can see what skills you have, you can see what keys you dungeon keys you have, things like that. But which teleporters you have just has to be kept in your brain. And when you're really flustered by a seed like this, it's so easy to forget one of those.
I think what it was, like, SeaAverage didn't want to once again drop into the charge flame area only to alt again.
That is entirely possible, but looks like he's making the play here. We'll be finding his wall jump and his double jump here quite shortly, and can head off probably in a similar direction to Mattermonkey, but he might make the play to BRB first, as we mentioned.
And there is double jump. But I'm hoping he continues and checks that XP as well. And that is wind restored over in the Ringo area. So a combination of glide, really, really nice. But oh no.
Oh no, SeaAverage is leaving. No. Go back. Go back. Well,
double jump technically doesn't give him access to anything. I think he's got to know something else is over here. Just saving because he doesn't want to die.
Okay, that's reasonable. He was having a lot of trouble with getting this Frankie to stomp the floor here and was very close to death. So it definitely not like a bad decision to decide to make a play for safety.
There's a keystone, and yes, he is double bashing the bird up. So this is great. And he's taking the Frankie for a ride.
Oh, it's a party. Well. We're bringing everybody.
There it is, wall jump. Okay, so SeaAverage all caught up on skills, and looks like he is also going to head through like the spider sack area to Grove or to Swamp, and then inevitably Grotto afterwards. Makes sense, but Mattermonkey has had those skills for quite a while and has been getting a ton of checks out of the way. So, Mattermonkey coming out with a pretty early lead here.
Yeah, and Mattermonkey has a ton of stuff open to him right now. He can actually get to a pretty decent number of trees. He's really only looking for some way to stomp floors, potentially. There are sequence breaks you can do with Bash to get around having to have it, but I'm sure he would much rather have Stomp or the combination of Climb and Charge Jump to be able to break some floors to get access to later game areas.
Yeah, but so far, out of all of these checks Mattermonkey has done, we found the Sunstone and Wind Restored. And both in pretty easy to access spots, like nothing really out of the way.
Yeah, so we can see that SeaAverage is heading along sort of a similar path to what Mattermonkey did, so I suspect he will probably find those pickups along the way as well. It'll be interesting to see just how thorough SeaAverage is on his way. Given how long it took him to find wall interaction, he probably suspects that he is behind here, so he might make the decision to skip some pickups along the way.
Yep, we'll see what he chooses to do. And now over on your right, Mattermonkey gonna save glitch the bridge cutscene here to get over to the water vein and the rockfall XP. No, maybe Grotto has the answers of where to go next.
It's the most pickup dense area in the game, and they have the ability to check, I think, all of it at this point. So if Mattermonkey continues with his methodical, thorough checks of everything, I suspect he'll find at least something good here in Grotto. I'd be surprised if there was nothing.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, literally everything can be accessed. You were right about that. Even the map stone at the bottom.
Ooh.
There's Stomp. All right. That's looking good for Mattermonkey here.
So if Mattermonkey feels comfortable with it, he could definitely stop checking a lot of these pickups. He has the skills he needs to finish up if he so decides that he's comfortable with what he has. He might want to find some more health because there's a lot of really scary stuff at the end of the game, as well as some poison water. And he might want more
health for sure. Right now he has 5 HP plus health regen, so that's effectively 6 HP for the final escape. And having double jump, glide, and bash, everything else in the escape's pretty straightforward. But yeah, this is definitely enough.
I can't quite make out how many keystones he has, but he may want some more of those as well.
It looks like 7 to me. So he's pretty good on keystones here.
7's a pretty good number, as well as, I mean, he has the option to key dupe in a few places, and it will probably find at least a few more along the way. Despite this, he's still checking a lot of out-of-the-way stuff, though, so he may just still be wanting a little bit more. He's most likely wanting dash, I suspect.
Yeah, dash or charge jump, one of the two.
And SeaAverage over on your left did find that sunstone, fortunately, so won't get blocked off by having to come back and search for that later. When a key to a dungeon is in Grove, it's always really nice when you find it before your clue, because Grove is just such a huge spread out area with a lot of really time-consuming pickups to check. So when you get like a clue that says Sunstone Grove, that can be really, really bad for you. But fortunately, when they see that, they're already going to have it in their inventory.
Yeah, definitely. So Mattermonkey cleared out most of Gumo's hideout here. We'll see if he opts to head to the really out of the way like double jump XP at the top left, but why would you? You're effectively in go mode, albeit some a little bit uncomfortable situation. Look, not even putting in the map stone.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, checking map stones is a pretty low time investment. Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Continuing with the thorough play here, he's deciding to come down here and kill the mini-boss as well, which is a pretty slow pickup, so he's definitely committed to this plan of finding something else. Maybe he's looking for, like, potentially the water vein and also hoping to find Dash on the way?
Yeah, it could be. Don't have that water vein clue. It could be a while until we find it. But a lot of people will see, like, just rush trees until they get the clue, and then they'll thoroughly check the area that they need to check.
Well, he does have a little bit of time to play with. SeaAverage is still kind of lagging behind him, but is, working his way through the same territory, and will start to press in on where Mattermonkey is here fairly soon.
Yeah, if SeaAverage is comfortable finishing the game once he has Stomp, that could be the difference and allow SeaAverage to make up a lot of this time he lost early on.
All right, so we're about to see some new territory get covered by Mattermonkey here. Going to be going and getting the double jump tree. We'll be grabbing his third tree, which means we'll get our first clue out of him. I'm sure he's hoping that it's going to be the water vein. Obviously, if it was the sunstone, it wouldn't be very helpful at all. And generally, a Gumon Seal clue is not relevant. Every once in a while, a seed will actually require you to get it. But for sure, what he's hoping for is the water vein clue here.
And we have a SeaAverage checking the Death Gauntlet. I don't recall Mattermonkey heading in here. Maybe he did and I just missed it. But let's see. But still, both runners on 5 HP. I'm not sure if SeaAverage picked up that health regen. So with Stomp and Bash, that's all the health you really need to finish the escape. But
did you see what Mattermonkey just found? He found the Sorrow Teleporter on the orb right by double jump. That's actually a pretty high value pickup.
we got the clue. The water vein is in Sorrow. So
Wow.
that's all the information. Having glide. So unless it's a grenade lock pickup, or Mattermonkey has some hard time doing a couple of like the charge jump accessible areas, you have to be pretty clever with some of your frog shots in order to make it to some of those charge jump lock pickups. If it's in one of those, could be a little bit troubling, but odds are it's in an easily accessible place in Sorrow. We'll see what Mattermonkey tries.
Looks like he's making a decision to play deciding to play to BRB. Reasonable decision, even though he can get over to Sorrow Pass and explore some of that area looking for the Sunstone. It would be nice to have a few other skills first. So checking Blackroot, it's an area you're going to have to go to anyway. Hopefully find something like Dash in here.
Yeah, SeaAverage quickly approaching Stomp, provided he does the cutscene glitch here. And he's setting it up so he will be fine. And then once again, evened up on the skills. But important note, SeaAverage did not get Wind Restored. And with this, if he finds the Sorrow TP, that's not going to be too big of a deal. But otherwise, he'll have to do the good old Sorrow Bash to get into Sorrow.
Given how thorough he's been on his pickup checks, I suspect he will see it, but you never know. He could just suddenly decide now's the time to stop checking pickups. Okay, so Mattermonkey got the first lower orb pickup down at the bottom of BRB, is now altaring and coming back around and checking the top. You can see why people like to put off Blackroot burrows. This is just such a slow area. I mean, you have to go down and get this orb and come and light all these lanterns. I mean, even with great skills like they have, this still is just, this whole time he's been here, he's only gotten one pickup.
Yeah, if they had Grenade, they could skip a lot of these platform cycles, but, really unfortunately, no Grenade. I guess depending on your perspective, very fortunate, no Grenade. But there's that possibility. Water Vein's Grenade locked in Sorrow.
All right, so SeaAverage opting to check the left side of Grotto first. Not too bad of a decision. This is a pretty pickup dense area, but given that he had a lot of struggle early on, it would have also been a reasonable decision to just say, you know what, I'm going for the trees and hoping I find something important there in an effort to try and catch up what I'm sure he perceives as a deficit right now.
Okay, Mattermonkey may not be too comfortable doing the dashless entry into the light grenade tree. Maybe hunting for that, but outside of that, I'm not sure exactly what he wants to get out of this to complete the seed. But that's really good for C because the longer Mattermonkey continues to check pickups, and if SeaAverage is going to be thorough as well, the deficit is not really changing.
Yeah, and the dashless entry into the light grenade tree is not trivial. There's several ways to do it, but it's definitely not something that everyone is comfortable with doing. So if he either doesn't know how to do it or just doesn't feel confident in pulling it off, definitely understandable to keep looking for dash.
All right. Well, we'll see very soon because Mattermonkey is heading down into further deeper into BRB here. We'll see if it's just a play on the teleporter or if he's going to actually head into light grenade.
Looks like SeaAverage might be opting to... Oh, nope, never mind. I was going to say he was opting to skip the mini-boss and the mapstone down here because they are pretty slow pickups, but changed his mind. Decided to head on and go on back down there. Interesting note from our truck. Oshi is pointing out that all of the final Horu dungeon is in logic right now, meaning that potentially something quite crucial like dash could actually just be in there. Although if it is...
just all the remaining skills are in Horu, so nobody's going to find them.
If they are, I suspect we just won't see them because most runners would rather do some icky sequence breaks rather than actually do all of the Horu dungeon. But if they just don't know how to do a particular sequence break, that could just be where one of these runners gets forced into.
All right, we're going to hit our moment of truth here on Mattermonkey's screen. After he picks up this pickup, if he goes left... Okay, wait. Is he taking the teleporter? Is he going to take the teleporter? Is he going to head... Okay, yeah, he is going to bypass light grenade for now, so either putting it off until he has dash or just saving it for last in case he finds dash.
And I do agree with that play. I think generally, if there's if there's multiple trees open to you and one of them requires an unpleasant sequence break, you might as well put it off and hope that you end up finding what you need for it on the way to the other ones.
Yeah, so Mattermonkey trying to get to the charge jump tree with this current skill set. This is pretty difficult. Really, he only effectively has in this sequence glide and double jump to get through, and the entire surfaces surrounding him, outside of a couple few safe zones, are covered with dangerous spikes.
So,
SeaAverage
did grab the Sorrow TP, by the way, so he can make this same play. I do want to make note of one thing. Coming from the Sorrow TP, there are two paths you can take, and Mattermonkey has chosen the one that gets you directly to the tree without having to spend any keystones, but it doesn't get you out into the rest of Sorrow. And we know that the water vein is in here, and it would also be a really convenient way to get out into the rest of the left side. So he may end up having to Alt-R and come back to the TP and take the other path as well if he doesn't find what he wants right here.
And he may be uncomfortable doing that, since having only stomp, he's gonna have to damage boost to break one of the walls, or bash a spider shot. And none of those options are easy to do. See if he can definitely teleporter back.
It can definitely be difficult. He also has the option of just going from the Glades teleporter and going into the left side the normal way, because he has both bash and stomp.
And he's teleporting to the Hollow Grove, so he may be doing just that, Bruce.
There's a decent number of pickups on the way up there as well, and they're a little bit more along the lines of where the game would have expect you to progress earlier. So maybe he's hoping that he'll find something along the way here.
And having wind restored with glide, it's going to be really easy to get back into Sorrow from the bottom. Though lacking dash and lacking charge jump, the only way Mattermonkey can get to the top of Sorrow, if he doesn't do it from the Sorrow TP, is to do it the vanilla way of going all the way around the left side and taking that tumbleweed for a ride.
Check out the left side of your screen. SeaAverage is double bashing a shot back up rather than alt-Ring and going around. I really like that out of SeaAverage. People recently did some timings of various ways of getting from the bottom of BRB back up to the top here. And taking that fireball was actually really, really fast, more so than alt-Ring. So that's good that SeaAverage has been paying enough attention to rando developments to know to do it that way.
Yeah, I really like this. SeaAverage just has quite a bit of knowledge here, but unfortunately, that's still that early play of Mattermonkey checking the left side of Valley, still primarily responsible for the deficit we're currently seeing.
So SeaAverage biggest hope in this race right now is that Mattermonkey is going to really brick wall himself by trying to find dash to get into Light Grenade, and that it takes him a long time to find it. If that takes place and SeaAverage is comfortable with getting in without dash, that will make up a ton of time for him.
And also, I guess, potentially, if the water vein location in Sorrow is at the top of Sorrow, which is tough to get to, or somewhere deep on the left side, who knows? Still a ton of pickups in Sorrow. We've only seen one pickup in Sorrow so far this entire time, and that is the cell right above the charge jump tree. Still so much more where it could be.
The other big thing that C could be hoping for here, well, I mean, obviously he doesn't know how the race is going, so he's not actively hoping this, but if you're rooting for C, what you're hoping for is that the pickup in Sorrow that has Water Vein is grenade locked. There's one grenade locked pickup in there, and if that's where it is, then these runners could take forever to find grenade, and it just kind of becomes a race to see who happens to come across that pickup first. And if that's the case, that could favor SeaAverage if he gets lucky.
Definitely, yeah. No, SeaAverage still being very thorough here in BRB.
All right, so Mattermonkey looks like he's opting to go ahead and do Misty before coming back and clearing out Sorrow. He has pretty good skills for getting through this, so solid play. He'll be able to get to the climb tree and just alt-R back out. Fortunately, because he has the clue for the water vein, he doesn't need to worry about having to continue past the climb tree and the water vein being like towards the end of Misty or anything like that.
Yeah, as awful as this Misty visit is for Mattermonkey, this is like the intended strats for your Misty visit. You know, you only have these sets of skills. So it's going to be slow, a little bit painful, but can get everything in here. With the exception of the grenade pickup at the very end.
I'd be quite surprised to see him continue past the climb tree at this point, unless he's just so convinced he needs dash that he's willing to check that many slow pickups.
Definitely. And now, no, SeaAverage opening up the path to Grotto. This is quite interesting, having already checked most of that. I wonder if he wants to like make a revisit for... I'm not sure if he checked the 4 energy door or not.
He didn't have enough energy at the time, so if he wants to recheck that, this would be a pretty good way to do it.
Let's see. Put in the map stone, heading back down for the XP. And... altaring out, so same decision as Mattermonkey here, putting off the light grenade tree for later.
Could have just been either muscle memory to stomp on it, or maybe he's just wanting to have it open for potential play later.
Now let's see how committed Mattermonkey is to full clearing. Kind of altar out right after the climb tree. I like it.
All right, so it looks like C originally was teleporting to Grove here, probably intending to come through Valley Entry, and then realized, oh, wait, I have Sorrow Teleporter, and it's going to come through this way instead.
Yeah, C gonna take the same route to the charge jump tree. Now, Mattermonkey did have a little bit of trouble here, and this is gonna take another hit there. Yeah, this is tough with just double jump and glide. Oof. Yeah, this jump right here is a killer.
So smart play from Mattermonkey on your right-hand side. He's checking these pickups, which you would intuitively think are part of Valley, but the one he just checked and this one over here are actually considered Sorrow Pass. So this signals to me that he is doing his water vein check, so if he doesn't find it right here, he'll most likely continue into Sorrow Pass proper.
He's at 0.01 HP, but he makes it up.
Oh, goodness.
Gonna take a death and refill his HP instantly. But
all right,
now,
so
having that wind restored and glide, look how easy this Sorrow entry is.
No problems at all. So once Mattermonkey gets the tree here, he has, or I'm sorry, not the tree. Once he gets the water vein here, he'll have a couple of options. There's 3 trees on the right side when you include light grenades still left. I'm sure he, with the level of experience he has, will be able to get to the light grenade tree if it comes down to it. But he seems to not want to do that, so he'll probably do Ginso and the Stomp Tree first and hope to find probably Dash along the way.
Alright, just XP so far, so still no dice in the lower half of Sorrow yet. Getting a nice mega health, though. He can take a whole bunch of hits in the spikes, be okay. So where do you think the water vein is, Roos?
I'm 100% sure it's grenade locked. I just know it.
I'm thinking it's going to be in this area immediately to the left of where Mattermonkey is. So he's going to have to do some creative bashing on the slime in order to break the roof. And gets it pretty cleanly first try. But, now he has to go grab it again because he only has double jump. Or he can aggro the bird. Very nice.
Those double bashes on that falling slime are harder than they look. He takes a very weird trajectory when you launch him, and he has a lot of momentum. Re-grabbing him out of the air without him hitting the walls and exploding is tougher than it looks.
All right, so I was incorrect. So, we'll see if you win this one, Roos. So maybe a while before you find out, and oof. Death into the lasers, but Mattermonkey had that save early on, so not too bad. But interesting, on the top left, SeaAverage is going to go for the other route from the Sorrow TP. He's going to try and double bash this spider shot down and use that to break the wall. This is really difficult, and I think he's going to have to take another shot or another damage boost in order to just make it up the wall once he breaks this wall. Oof. Yeah, that's tough.
Having some trouble. This could be a pretty good play if it pays out for him and he's able to find the water vein quickly. He could make up some time here. Unfortunately, still at a pretty big tree deficit, but if he can quickly get the water vein here, that would help out a lot. There's the water vein for Mattermonkey.
Not going to get it, no. Mattermonkey has the water vein, is in go mode if he wants it to be in go mode.
So there's really just no way to sugarcoat it. SeaAverage is in a pretty unfortunate situation here. He's down a dungeon key. Does have all the same skills, but definitely at a bit of a tree deficit here. Mattermonkey knows exactly where he needs to go and has everything he needs to have to go and finish the game.
Yeah, I'd expect him to just check a couple pickups along the way, but nothing too far out. We're not going to see him do like the equivalent of a grotto mini boss again. But all the pickups like on the way to Bash are pretty quick to get. And if he really wants to dash, I could see Mattermonkey wanting to get them. And based on his play of still like clearing quite a few areas, even with that water vein.
Now here's a decision from SeaAverage on your left-hand side. There is a lot of pickups down below, but there are 2 pickups up here at Sunstone that are so slow to get. And if the water vein is one of these, he's making a pretty smart play, because if you cleared out all of Sorrow and then had to come way back up here, it's just so slow. But let's say the Sunstone is water vein, he would gain so much time if it was right here. So it's a reasonable gamble to make if you feel like you're behind. You know, obviously,
maybe Dash is up here.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. So if SeaAverage feels like he is at a deficit, I think it's a pretty smart gamble to go straight for the Sunstone there. Unfortunately, didn't pay out, but I thought it was a good decision anyway.
Well, we are going to get a lot of information on these pickups that Mattermonkey managed to skip, so maybe one of our hidden skills that nobody's found, because really, we had all the skills we currently have pretty early on, and just absolutely nothing after that.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen that juicy green text, so I'm sure these guys would be really happy to see charge jump or dash right now.
Yeah, but unfortunately, with the way SeaAverage is approaching this, it's going to be a while before he gets the water vein. And yeah, barring any like catastrophic mistakes from Mattermonkey, this is going to be a pretty easy victory for him here.
Yeah, it looks like SeaAverage's plan here is basically just check every pickup from the top down. So it'll be a while before he gets there to that water vein. That will be one of the very last ones he gets to if this route continues.
Yeah, and Mattermonkey's skipping these keystone pickups, so yeah, it's like, he's done. Doesn't want to waste any more time. Just give me the trees and get me out of here.
So our concerns that he may not be comfortable with the light grenade entry without dash seem to be unfounded. If he's not checking anything anymore, he's confident that he's going to be able to get in there anyway.
Yeah, not even getting the XP right by the bash tree, one of the freest pickups. Yeah, he is full-blown go mode now.
Generally, it's not a good sign if your opponent is in full pickup skipping mode while you're still looking for a dungeon key. So it's pretty much Mattermonkey's race to lose right now.
Yeah, just has the light grenade tree and the stomp tree remaining. And, swamp entry being pretty easy to do with Bash. Probably see Mattermonkey take that approach.
Yeah, if you wanted to be extra thorough, there was always like the option to continue up from Ginso and actually do the escape and get into Swamp that way. But definitely would be a lot slower than just using the Bash sequence break to get in with the frog.
And here, Mattermonkey setting up his zombie Ori, and ooh, that was a close one. Exit out of the menu, but he was okay. He's good.
Having a little bit of trouble with some banelings here, but
yeah, the way the banelings momentum works when you bash is like really, really weird. They just go flying up above and just start really floaty in general. So easy to accidentally run into him.
Not only that, but apparently they're covered in Velcro or something, because you can't double bash them upwards when they're touching the ground. You just have to single bash them up into the air and then meet them in the air and double bash them at that point. It's so strange.
SeaAverage having a little bit of trouble here trying to do this double bash on the slime to get it to break the roof. But this looks good, and yeah, he is in.
Let's see if he knows about aggroing the bird like Mattermonkey did, or if he's going to have to go back for the slime.
Oh, gets it pretty easy with the slime, and hey, aggro's the bird anyway, as a bonus.
All right, looks like he split the difference on the strats there. All right, so over on your right-hand side, just one tree left for Mattermonkey. Has to get his way into the stomp tree. With no clean water, there's really only one way for him to get in right now, and he's going to use the bash tree. Or he's going to use his bash ability to bring a frog over and get it to break some barriers for him. But it's a pretty quick tree to get overall, so I suspect we'll see Mattermonkey finishing out in pretty short order here.
Yeah, Mattermonkey was here way earlier in the seed, so not even like any pickups to really worry about here. Yeah, here's our good friend Ringo that we're going to be bashing into little alcove on the right, past the poison water, onto the spikes that do not hurt frogs for some reason. And here we go. Swamp entry for Mattermonkey.
All right, so looking forward to the final escape here. These guys have pretty good skills for getting through everything. Really, the biggest thing we're lacking is like the extremely good verticality skills, like charge jump or bash grenade. They do have double jump, so especially if they level that up to triple jump, they'll have decent amounts of vertical movement. Fortunately, there's not that many rooms that require it, but because of the fact that they have feather, they're going to be able to get through, for example, the final room without any trouble.
Definitely. And there his water vein for SeaAverage. So SeaAverage is done, immediately altaring out, and now I'm guessing is going to start rushing trees. That 45 minutes in, you still have 5 trees to go. You know, that's a tough spot to be in.
But hopefully he understands that his skills are able to finish the game and is comfortable with doing what he needs to from here on out and doesn't really need to dig anymore. So hopefully he can, you know, put his foot down on the gas at this point and really burn through the last section of his randomizer here.
Or taking the Grotto TP. So this could be a play on Swamp.
Yeah, this has got to be either Swamp or the Ginso
or
tree.
Ginso, yeah, he could be going into Ginso, and yeah, he's going to Ginso. Nope, he's going to Swamp. Wait, hang on, he's thinking about, okay, he's doing the cutscene skip. All right.
When he decides to go back to, whenever he decides to go back to the Ginso tree later, hopefully remembers to grab the Swamp TP so he can teleport back to it to get to the end of the game later.
And that Swamp TP that Mattermonkey has just used and is headed to Horu, where probably all the remaining skills are. But gonna skip all of that because Mattermonkey just needs to worry about the final escape.
How hyped would you be if Mattermonkey just got into Horu and didn't door warp? He just decided to do the rooms to look for the remaining skills.
Well, in this hypothetical scenario that would never actually occur, I'd be pretty hyped.
All right, I'm glad you're hypothetically hyped. Putting the hype in hypothetical.
Exactly, Roos. Plenty of HP, plenty of energy that Mattermonkey will not be able to dump on anything. Unless he wants to just charge flame everything in the escape.
So I find the final escape to actually be one of the most interesting parts of a randomizer because a lot of people are comfortable with the sequence breaks needed to get to all 10 trees, but there's so many just variations of the final escape that can be pure hell to get through if you don't have a ton of HP, or if you're missing feather and extra jumps, if you're missing bash, etc., etc. There's really lots and lots of ways that the final escape can give you a hard time. Now, Mattermonkey's skill set is pretty good, although obviously there's always more that you could want. But given the way that he's displayed his skills so far in this randomizer, I don't think he's going to have too much difficulty with it here.
Yeah, charge jump really only speeds things up. It doesn't quite just like make a huge difference in making it easier. Really, like the only place charge jump really is nice to have is at the final section where you're trying to despawn Kuro. But having glide and bash and double jump, you can just do it the intended way.
Yeah,
or
bash
if
just
Mattermonkey is creative and wants a challenge, you can go double bash the fish around to bypass the cutscene as well.
Yeah, bash just solves so many of your problems in here. It just makes it possible to cruise through here, especially with Feather. So Truck is telling us that SeaAverage did not activate his Swamp Teleporter, so he's going to have to go probably to the Grove Teleporter when he decides to come to the end of the game. It's not like a gigantic difference in time, but it is a little faster to have gone and activated it here. So a little bit of time lost for him there.
It was a valiant effort by Mattermonkey trying to double bash the fish around the cutscene trigger, but, you know, spawns it anyway, has to do the vanilla strats, and makes it out, and that is going to be a victory.
And GG to Mattermonkey. Should be coming in with like a mid to 50s kind of time. Pretty respectable time out of this seed. So like if you finish, you know, as like around 50 minutes with no dash, that's always a pretty respectable showing.
Yeah, no dash, no charge jump. Really, like, just getting burned by the wall jump and double jump locations early on. Like, what a combo there. What a combo.
Yeah, that Valley entry starter was a pretty tough one, without question.
Yeah, I just loved, you know, how many times like he had to altar out and then just go back to the same spot in order to check everything.
Yeah, it's the kind of seed that's just terrible to play, but fun to watch. There's definitely a directly inverse like proportion of enjoyment for viewers and enjoyment for runners when it comes to Randomizer.
Indeed.
All right, so SeaAverage kind of trucking along, making his way through the Ginso tree here, making pretty good progress, has tons of keystones, absolutely no trouble with that. Never has to worry about keystones again. He could probably go deposit some keystones in the Keystone Bank and start earning keystone interest for his next Randomizer.
Yeah, C still has been pretty thorough in Ginso. I think collecting all the pickups so far, and you know, if he does decide to continue on in Ginso here, like, I feel like he just really wants to have dash. But nope, altaring out.
Dash would, of course, be very nice. I think SeaAverage knows about using the zombie to the light grenade tree. I feel like I've seen him in Discord talking about the trick, so I suspect he knows how to do it. But we will see as things continue along.
Yeah, he's taking the BRB teleporter, so moment of truth here for C.
All right, interesting. So he has quite a few trees open to him still. He's still got the Stomp tree, he's got Feather, he's got Climb, he's got Charge Jump. So he's got the whole left side he could go to and could be searching for dash over there. But obviously is comfortable with this strat. Feels like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and knock this out. Maybe could be looking for something like Grenade on the way to help him get some more verticality.
Yeah, where was Grenade? Where was dash? Where was Charge Jump? Where was... Who knows?
The answer is it's all in L4, obviously.
Yep. Definitely. Clean water as well can be over there. So just put everything. And the Gumon seal.
This is one of those seeds that I really hope one of the runners continues after the race is over and posts for us where some of these pickups actually were.
And it looks like SeaAverage got into a loop there, saving at the wrong time. And
that's pretty unfortunate. He may have to load to a backup save here.
Yeah, you can altar out if you hit it pretty precisely. Yeah, you can get out of there, but SeaAverage thinking about, yeah, gonna exit and load up the most recent backup save. We'll see where this puts him.
Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. That could have been a lot worse. Apparently, SeaAverage took the time to post in SRL. We'll say some colorful language, but obviously at this point he does know that Mattermonkey is finished. It would have popped up in the SRL window, so he's aware of the result one way or the other. Doesn't have to worry about, you know, trying to rush to the end too badly, but obviously still wants to put on a good performance towards the end here.
Yeah, I think he accidentally closed out of his menu before being able to make the second save for the zombie Ori trick.
Yeah, and so unfortunately because of that, he's not able to reopen the save, and obviously can't put one down, and so he's caught in sort of an infinite
for
death
a minute,
loop.
I thought C was gonna just carry a save anywhere across that laser. Would have been pretty good. Right.
I thought he was going to zombie Ori both lasers there for a second. I was like, no, see, you don't need to zombie Ori the top laser.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this time he backed up his save, so like he's gonna get it first try because whenever you back up your save, you're gonna get everything easily. We'll see what he decides to do here. Alright, good duck. Now it's save number 1. Wait a couple cycles. Save number 2.
Alright, that timing looked pretty good.
Is through perfect. See, whenever you back up your save, do something that could potentially like just soft lock your game, you're gonna get it first try, period.
Oh no, SeaAverage is having some trouble not knowing you can't double bash it off the floor. For some reason it worked that time though. I guess he managed to undo.
It was slightly in the air from like rolling off of the slope on the left.
What a video game.
Yeah, the Banelings are something else, man.
He's got lots and lots of points to spend. Like he has enough to get ultra defense now and still have a few left over to spare. Could maybe be saving some of it for another zombie Ori, although he has feather and wouldn't need to worry about that in Sorrow Pass. So I don't think would be any reason to use another zombie Ori at this point.
No, everything else is accessible. So the climb tree has the vanilla skills to get to the climb tree. Glide has the vanilla skills in order to get to the glide tree, or just the glide pickups. Not technically a tree, but we call it a tree anyway.
Now, am I going crazy? Did SeaAverage not get the charge jump tree when he was in Sorrow earlier?
No, he definitely got it.
Okay, interesting. So we won't need to go back there at least.
Yeah, he did the same thing Mattermonkey did, just going around the first route or the first. God, I don't even know what I'm saying, Roos. the left route from the Sorrow TP to the charge jump tree. There we go.
You know, if I ever have to reference something in this game that has charge in the name, it's basically a coin toss as to which one I'm going to say. I mean, like, if I mean charge dash, I'll just say charge flame or charge jump, because there's way too many things with the word charge in their name in this game.
All right, SeaAverage going through swamp entry, gets the frog across, so great start.
All right.
Do the double bash strats. I like this. As long as Ringo stops being a jerk. There we go. And he is...
It phased through! What a video game. That's unfortunate.
The interdimensional frog strike again. That's a good angle. All right.
That's just kind of a bit of a odd quirk of the way the engine works in this game. When the fireball goes straight up like that, a lot of the times it just... For some reason, the hitbox is not active at the time that it's touching the hitbox of the floor there, so it never ends up hitting it. But if you bash it more of an angle, I guess it's in contact with it for longer, and just it's more likely to register the shot is going through.
Yeah, all the breakable surfaces in this game are pretty funny in the fact that they're pretty much all unique. They all have their own like weird properties to them that you could abuse. Like we have those areas that like just the frog shots phase through everything. We've got the Terra break surfaces. We've got the surface on the bottom left of Grotto and Gumo's hideout that's just paper thin and breaks to everything. And...
yeah, like every skill in the game can break it almost. Yeah. There's so much rando specific knowledge these runners have to learn, and I'm really, really impressed in this tournament by how many people who like very recently picked up the randomizer have been doing well and really impressing us with pulling out some tricks that new runners would definitely like have to have put in a lot of work to be able to do.
Yeah, compared to like other randomizers, Ori has a lot of, I guess like tribal knowledge, I guess you could say, is where there's a lot of these like weird things that you can easily do with like the skills that you get, but aren't immediately obvious, and you have to, kind of like experience getting burned by it at least once or reading up about it. It's like, yep.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a particularly experienced rando runner, but I've been around it a lot, and I've been around the Ori community forever, and I still feel like I learn something new every day that I watch Randomizer. It's just, you can do that? What? Constantly.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it looks like SeaAverage going to be making his way through to the left side from the general, like the vanilla entrance way here instead of coming from the Sorrow TP. Definitely not a bad decision given how much difficulty he had with coming down from the Sorrow TP last time.
Yeah, this is quite a bit easier for sure. Keep in mind, SeaAverage also never found Wind Restored hiding away. I think it was...
It was in Swamp somewhere.
Yeah, it was in Swamp.
That is a painful, painful death right there. Oh, you hate to see this kind of thing happen. Probably just got into a little bit of his all skills groove there because he's got a lot of the same skills you would have in a normal speedrun here. And in this area, in the all skill speedrun, you don't have any energy to spare to make saves. So even though he has tons of energy, his brain probably just wasn't in the space of thinking safety saves here.
Yeah, it's definitely something I think every randomizer player has experienced at least once, and more than likely many, many times, where you have like a million energy, then your brain just doesn't tell you to save because you're in like energy conservation mode 100% of the time because of the seeds where you have like 2 energy for the entire game.
And I think that's what I find so enjoyable about Randomizer over a typical speedrun of this game is that there's such a huge mental component of it. I mean, there is still all the execution of a normal speedrun, but you need to be keeping track of like, okay, do I have lots of energy can I burn? Or do I want to save this for later? Do I have enough health for later on in the game? Can I finish the game with these skills? Do I have the ability to do this sequence break or that sequence break? Like you have to have your brain going on overdrive from the first second to the last second in a randomizer.
Definitely. And like even the most experienced of randomizer players, I'm talking of course about myself, by far the best randomizer player there is, like all the times like, wait a minute, I never checked this pickup. Oh my, really? This super obvious pickup early on. It's like, nah. It happens all the time.
Well, there's what, 248 pickups in the game? It's hard to remember all of them every single time.
Definitely. I'll SeaAverage picking up Glide, so it just has one more tree remaining. That is the climb tree.
Fortunately, I'm hoping he won't have too much difficulty with it. Again, has a reasonable set of skills for this. Obviously, Dash would make this so much better, but when you play this game through casually, this is the skills that it expects you to have. So definitely very possible to do.
Yeah, and now with triple jump as well, we'll make this quite a bit easier. Can really abuse these bash glides here. Because locking dash, this is your fastest form of movement by far.
You know, another one of those side effects of running a typical speedrun category like all skills is you're so used to doing this area with dash and charge jump that when you come back here with, you know, the casual skills, you're like, how am I supposed to do this? It's impossible. Even though you're doing it the way that the developers like expected you to do it.
Yeah, there's one time the redirect area in Gumo's hideout. I was like, I don't have Stomp, I don't have Charge Flame, I don't have Charge Jump, I can't break the ceiling, so this can't be in logic right now. Except you don't have any of that when you do it the vanilla way to get those pickups. It's like, well.
You know, somebody in Discord like yesterday posted a video of the intended strat for one of the horror rooms. I want to say like L1 or L2. And every one of us speedrunners in the Discord was like, what? That's possible? Like none of us knew how to do the casual strat for that room.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video. It's just like, yep, mind blown by intended strats that most likely everybody had to do at one point, but just forgot.
Everyone's forgotten it. All right, SeaAverage making pretty good progress here, just kind of plugging away. It's really kind of unfortunate when you don't find dash in a seed because there's just not that many ways to speed yourself up. Like you can do the bash glides with triple jump and feather and all that, but you know, having that dash ability is just so good for being able to use your execution to zoom through these areas incredibly fast. And when you don't have it, I mean, I don't care if you're a world record holder or you know, a day one runner. You can't hold left or right any harder one way or the other.
Yep, that's right. There it is, all 10 trees for SeaAverage. Just needs to go do the final escape with, you know, his all skills experience shouldn't have any issue. Because really,
Yeah,
this is pretty much vanilla skills for for the final escape.
We'll see if
charge up and climb, but that doesn't really get you anything.
We'll see if C is comfortable with that skill set. I mean, he did come around to the game after vanilla was no longer the newest version once we had DE. So hopefully he's practiced with a slightly more minimal skill set like this. But we saw Mattermonkey not really have too much trouble with it. I suspect C, as the experienced runner that he is, will not either.
And still locking that swamp teleport. Has to take the long way around. And I'm not sure if he's activated the Kuro cutscene or not. Gonna attempt to do a cutscene skip here, and let's see if he can do it. He's a little bit... Okay, that looks good. That position looks good. Come on, Frog. Come on. There we go. And... unfortunately, held on to the bash too long.
I think he had the setup correctly, but when you hold the bash for that long, it's just not going to work, unfortunately. Would have been a nice moral victory to get it, but no matter. Not going to change the result one way or the other, and still going to be trucking along towards Horo here. We can see a little bit of time loss coming into play here due to not having that the swamp teleporter active. But it's not that much farther here, so I'm sure it's on the order of like 10 seconds lost, or maybe a little more late, maybe a little less. Taking the time to stop and get himself ultra defense, that's going to help a lot for that final escape coming up shortly.
Yep, and just some pretty, just easy double bashes and glides and having triple jump, just making a nice casual float over the burning lava.
You know, back before Definitive Edition came out and all we had was like a similar skill set to this, the game was just so relaxing to speedrun because you can see just how leisurely you kind of glide along here with no difficulties.
And SeaAverage running into that Velcro Baneling once again.
We'll have to message him in Discord afterwards and let him know about being able to bash the Banelings out of the air instead of off the ground.
Yeah, because when you have a double bash, it sends Ori away from the Baneling in the direction, but really you need to bash yourself into the ground so you can peel off the Velcro, allowing the Baneling to move.
Well, now somebody's going to have to Photoshop some Velcro all around a Baneling.
All right, here we go. Final escape for SeaAverage. Triple jump and bash. Really all you need by far. Who needs wall interaction when you have triple jump and bash?
I mean, let's be realistic. If you have sign and bash, you're go mode. That's just the truth. So you don't need anything else.
Hi, Kuro. Thanks for the ability cell. I always like this because the way the item pickup at the end happens, it's like Kuro is giving you a final item. It's like even the score is like, all right, I'll give you an ability cell advantage here in the escape. Let's go.
She's being sporting to you, giving you a little head start before she hunts you down.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but even if Logic never expected, I don't think any important progression like skills can ever be on that pickup. The best you can hope for is like a health cell or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be like a nice to have. Probably like health regen, energy regen. Yeah, health cell, energy cell. Most likely a bunch of XP or an ability cell. But I don't think you can have like keystones or anything like that. And SeaAverage makes it through and is just continuing to take the fish for a ride, but successfully did not activate Kuro here. So very well done there.
And that's pretty impressive. That is not easy. I mean, it's a pretty precise little window you have to get through with that fish there. So good work on C to be able to get through there like that. And GG on the race. Definitely a tough seed, and I think he got through a lot of it with some pretty creative solutions. So impressive work out of him as well.
Yeah, so just the good old holding right. And this is something you definitely cannot speed up at all.
Certainly not without grenade jumps, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, so we'll see if either of these guys are interested in getting an interview. In the meantime, what do we have coming up for the rest of the day, Fant?
Yeah, well, we have quite a bit of rando for you, but right here in about 20 minutes after we're done wrapping up this match, we're going to have a doubles match of Twice the Baguette versus the Infinity Death Gauntlet. It should be pretty fun.
You know, I just have to say, like, I try to be unbiased when it comes to rooting for teams, but Infinity Death Gauntlet is the best team name I've ever seen, and I have to root for them every time they play because it makes me giggle. All right, coming in with a 108.25 for SeaAverage. GG to him, and GG to Mattermonkey for being able to take the win home. Fortunately, this was a 1-1 round, so neither of these players are eliminated. Still going to have a chance to see SeaAverage make a run for the bracket. So if he can close out some more wins, we could still see him all the way to the end of this tournament.
All right.
All right, we're trying to get in touch with our runners here and see if anybody's interested in an interview. Stand by with us for just a few minutes, please. All right, looks like we've got him in here. All right, okay, Mattermonkey, C, GG to both of you guys. Thank you so much for that performance. I'm glad to see you guys able to get through a pretty confusing seed, at least at the start, so congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
All right, so let's get into a few questions. We'll start with Mattermonkey. So Matter, one of the things I noticed about the seed here is that you pretty quickly assembled the skills that you finished up with. Had your Sunstone, had your clue for the end, but you were still being fairly thorough with your pickup checks. I'm kind of curious as to what your thought process is on when do you stop checking stuff, and was there a particular pickup you were looking for there?
I mean, it would have been really nice to get charge jump because I hadn't really put that much thought into whether I was actually in go mode, you know, whether I could finish the escape. So I was just being safe.
Yeah, understandable.
You know, yeah.
All right, and so for C there, I guess my question to you is, what is the average depth of the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, since that seems to be your area of expertise, judging by your name?
Well, you see, the average depth is I have no idea.
I'm gonna need you to turn in your. I'm gonna need you to turn in your screen name, sir.
Ah, dang it.
Okay, so as far as a serious question, we'll just kind of talk about the beginning there, because I think most of the seed between the two of you guys was played pretty similarly. The biggest difference was the play for wall jump and double jump quite early on. Did you just kind of like not remember that area was open to you, or were you putting it off for a particular reason? What was your thought process there?
So I honestly have no idea what the beginning of the seed wanted me to do. And so I just started doing things that I thought maybe possibly could be in logic, because I got bash like the first pickup, and that was all I had. And so like luring the Frankie into Spirit Caverns, I have no idea if that's in logic or not, but I guess I'm gonna do it. Like, so I don't know. That was such a weird start. I don't even remember where I ended up finally finding what. I guess I had bash and glide for a while, and then I finally found double jump and wall jump, and I don't even remember where they were. Oh, they were both in Valley Entrance. Yeah, that was dumb. That was just such a dumb start.
Yeah, that's a tough one to remember. I commented on one point about how when you get bash that early on, you just assume grenade is coming shortly. So when you get a seed where it's bash but no grenade, no wall interaction, it's kind of hard to plan out what you're supposed to do there.
Yeah, for sure. And that's even just like at the end of the race when I was working my way to Horu, I'm like, man, I feel like I probably missed grenade somewhere because this is really dumb.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, like none of us know where grenade, dash, charge jump, or climb were because both of you finished with the same set of skills.
Oh, good. Well, I guess
hopefully we'll see. Hopefully we'll see somebody kind of finish out the seed and find out where everything else was. All right,
Yeah.
Fant, you got any questions for our runners here?
No, I just want to ask SeaAverage about those banelings that kind of want to stick to the ground.
Is that like a known thing?
It is a known thing. So yeah, for some reason,
Oh, my
as Roos
goodness.
described it, the banelings are covered in Velcro, and you need to do a single bash off of them to get into the
Okay.
air. And just for some reason, double bashes work because I don't know why the developers didn't debug all these like double bash effects.
Right, yeah. Those fools not working on double bash.
All right, so we'll close things out with one last question for Mattermonkey. So, having taken home the win, is there any particular thing you're looking forward to working on before your next race, or is there a particular person you're looking forward to matching up against? Anything like that?
Not particularly. I mean, there is no particular person I'm looking forward to matching up against, although there are a few I kind of don't want to,
I'm sure we
scary
can all
people
think
looking
of who
to
they are.
run.
Yeah, there's scary runners in every bracket here, no question about it. All right, so we'll go ahead and close out here. Like we mentioned earlier, we've got another doubles match coming up in about 15 minutes, so stick around. We'll see you guys then. Fan,
All right,
thank you so
see ya.
much for commentating with me.
Yeah, been a pleasure.